So, a surgeon told me something last week that, honestly, it just stopped me in my tracks. He's seeing this terrifying new trend in his operating room. And the cause? Believe it or not, TikTok. If you, your son, or maybe your brother are in the gym right now, you really need to hear this. Okay, let's get into it, because your algorithm might literally be killing you. Yeah, that's a direct quote from Professor James Wigmore, a liver surgeon. He's operating on otherwise healthy men, guys in their 20s and 30s, and he's removing tumors the size of grapefruits, all caused by steroid use. But here's the part that's truly chilling. Even after getting a cancer diagnosis, he said it's uncertain if these men will actually stop. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. You've been diagnosed with cancer, and you still refuse to stop. Why? Because the online world they live in, their algorithm, has literally brainwashed them into believing that quitting is a sign of weakness. They would rather risk death than be seen as a failure in this digital bubble that's been built around them.
And if you think this is some small niche problem, look at this number, 580 million. That's the number of views hashtags promoting steroid-like drugs got on TikTok alone between 2020 and 2024. This isn't some dark corner of the internet anymore. This is completely mainstream.
And this shows you exactly who's watching. 72% of those viewers are young men, aged 18 to 24. You know, an audience that's at the absolute perfect age to be influenced, to feel insecure, and to be looking for some kind of edge. So let's be really clear. This isn't just about fitness advice anymore. This is a full-blown psychological operation. I mean, how does a social media app convince a young man to choose a tumor over his own health? It uses dark psychology, and we need to break down exactly how it works. The whole strategy really boils down to 3 specific psychological weapons. They're designed to break down your sense of self and completely reprogram what you believe. It's a calculated attack on your mind.
Okay, weapon number 1, the echo chamber. It's so simple. You watch one video about getting bigger, just one. The algorithm notices. The next day, it shows you 10 more. And within just a few days, your entire feed is screaming the exact same message. You are worthless without muscle. Your brain starts to think this is reality, but it's not. It's a carefully curated trap.
Weapon number 2 is something called identity fusion. Now, they use these classic techniques from neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, which is basically a way to influence your brain's behavior with language. They repeat phrases over and over, like, high T equals high value. After you hear that hundreds of times, your subconscious mind, it doesn't argue, it just records it. So muscle is no longer about health, it's about getting love, respect, your very survival. And suddenly, stopping feels like social death, so you choose the risk of physical death instead.
In this last one, weapon 3, this is where it gets really insidious. It's called the Theta window. Just think about when you scroll TikTok. It's usually late at night, right? In bed, you're half asleep. That's what's known as the Theta brainwave state. It's the exact same state hypnotists use to work. Your critical thinking is offline. Your subconscious is wide open, just downloading every single "you're not enough" message directly into your brain. And then you wake up the next day thinking these feelings were your own ideas. They weren't.
Which, of course, leads to the most important question in all of this. Who actually benefits from making you feel so broken? Who gets rich from all this pain?
Because make no mistake, there is an entire ecosystem built to profit from the insecurity that this whole psychological operation creates. Let's follow the digital money trail for a second.
I mean, it's the influencers who are selling those $997 hormone optimization courses. It's the TRT, testosterone replacement therapy clinics running targeted ads right on those videos. And of course, it's the supplement companies using those same influencers as affiliates to push their products. The bottom line is simple. You pay with your liver. They get paid in cash.
And here's how they keep you on the hook. It's a simple Pavlovian trick, really. They have paired your body image with social validation. Every time you post a gym selfie and get those likes and comments, your brain gets a nice little dopamine hit. You become chemically addicted to the approval that comes from, ironically, destroying your own body.
This is why you might stop trusting your doctor, but you'll trust some random guy on TikTok with an 8-pack. It's a classic trap where you trust the person who looks like your goal, not the person who is telling you the truth. That guy might be on 10 different compounds and lying through his teeth to you, but your brain sees the result and says, listen to him.
So, the big question is, how do you break out of this program? How do you escape the trap? Well, you have to fight psychology with psychology. So here are 4 steps you can take to get back in control of your own mind.
Okay, so let's get into this protocol. First, we're going to name the trap. Then, use the 72-hour rule. Third, redefine what strength really is. And finally, detox the algorithm. All right, step 1 is all about learning to name the trap. Real mentors, they offer suggestions. They'll say, hey, you could try this. But cult leaders, they issue commands. They say, you must do this. If any piece of content makes you feel that sense of panic or shame, that's the hook. That is pure manipulation. Unfollow them immediately.
Step 2, the 72-hour rule. This one's simple but powerful. You see a new course, a new supplement, a new cycle that you feel like you absolutely have to have, you are not allowed to buy it for 72 hours, period. And stay off TikTok during that time. I promise you, 90% of the time, the urge just vanishes. Because it wasn't a genuine desire, it was a hypnotic suggestion. The urge only lived inside that echo chamber.
Okay, step 3, and this one is huge. Redefine strength. You've been told over and over that strength means never quitting. That is a lie, and it's a lie designed to keep you compliant. Real strength is having the ability to say no to the crowd when the crowd is walking right off a cliff. The strongest person in that room is the one who has the courage to stop. And finally, step 4, and I mean do this right now. Detox the algorithm. Open up your phone and block 5 of these looks-maxing accounts. Then go right into your settings and mark any steroid-related content as not interested. You are actively retraining the AI that trapped you in the first place. This is you taking back control. Look, I want to be crystal clear about something. I'm not against muscle. I'm not against self-improvement at all. But I am absolutely against a 28-year-old needing a liver transplant because some algorithm on his phone convinced him that he wasn't enough. If you know just one person who's maybe a little obsessed with this stuff, who's talking about cycles and ignoring the risks, send them this explainer. You might save their health. You could even save their life. It all really comes down to this one last question you have to ask yourself. Your mind is not for sale, right? Or is it?